What's up, Epic Army? This is Blister bringing you another classic WoW video. In today's video, we wanted to have some fun, so we decided to take a look at our top 10 Easter eggs in classic WoW. Blizzard has always put tons of Easter eggs inside of World of Warcraft. They've included small side nods to other Blizzard IPs, other franchises, books, movies, and so much more. Some of these are clear as day as Blizzard tries to force feed you the Easter egg. I'm looking at you, Harrison Jones. While others require you to go out and adventure and actually find them, when you do, it's a pretty cool thing to see. Anyways, let's get into our list.
Run, Forrest, run!
That's right, our first Easter egg comes straight from Forrest Gump. Bernard Gump is a florist and can be found within Stormwind City. I see what you did there, Blizzard. If you're unsure, this is an obvious nod to the Oscar-winning movie and book Forrest Gump. He is also found in the same floral shop as Felicia Gump. Despite both of them selling almost the exact same items except for some Stormwind seasonings for Felicia, Bernard has the tag florist while Felicia has the tag of herbalism supplies. This is just further proof that this is a clear nod to the movie and book. Sticking with the movie theme for a minute, there's also an Easter egg for Conan the Barbarian that can be found in the Badlands. In the mountains of the Badlands, you can find what seems to be a random crypt. Inside that crypt is a skeleton with a sword sitting in front of a fire pit. This is a reference to where Conan first finds his sword. The layout of the crypt in WoW looks so much like the actual scene from the movie when Conan first finds his sword that it's almost creepy. The location of the fire pit is slightly off, but the way the skeleton is sitting in the movie and in the crypt in WoW are set up almost exactly the same, and it's pretty amazing if you know what you're looking at. Next is the Wurt's Third Leg. The Wurt's Third Leg is a level 40 blue-handed mace for the likes of a rogue. For those of you who haven't played any of Blizzard's older games, the Wurt's Leg is an item that can be found in older Blizzard titles. The Wurt's first appearance comes from Diablo 2. When you're saving Kain from Tristram. It is also used later on to open a portal to a not-so-secret cow level. The Wurt's Leg again can be found in Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne, and it's labeled as Wurt's Other Leg. It can be found in the last Blood Elf level near an enemy called the Butcher. However, unlike Diablo 2, the Wurt's Other Leg doesn't seem to have any sort of useful application. Keeping with the Warcraft references, there is another reference to Warcraft 2 in Undercity. This is a much lesser known Easter egg, but inside of Undercity, there is an alchemist that has two humans in cages. One of those humans, he will continuously give potions that will change them into multiple creatures. Eventually, the human will turn into a sheep. Once this happens, the alchemist will continue to poke the sheep until it explodes. In Warcraft 2, you could do the same thing. If you found a sheep on the map, if you continued to poke it or click it, it would eventually spontaneously explode. And now sticking with the Undercity theme, there is another Easter egg in Undercity that made our list. If you go to Undercity and turn down all of your in-game sound except for the ambient sounds and turn that all the way up, you can actually hear sounds from Warcraft 3. In what used to be the throne room, you can hear the dialogue between Arthas and his father before Arthas actually kills his father. There are also bell sounds from the cinematic in the bell tower. And lastly, in the hallway to the throne room, you can hear a crowd making noise, which again would be from a Warcraft 3 cinematic.
One ring to rule them all. One ring to fight them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, find them.
When WoW first launched, the Lord of the Rings franchise was beginning to boom out of control. It's not hard to see why WoW would have included an Easter egg from that franchise as well. Instead of making a zone that looked like the Shire, or maybe a wizard with the last name of Grey, they decided to add a ring, and not just any ring. No. They added the One Ring. Not only did they add what is the most iconic artifact from the Lord of the Rings franchise, they also made it only obtainable through fishing. If you're unaware, the ring is found by Gollum and his friend when they go fishing. Yet another very awesome nod to a very iconic franchise.
His name was Jason. And today is his birthday.
The creepy mother from Friday the 13th isn't quite the Easter egg. It was just the best quote I could think of from the films. However, Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th franchise does make an appearance in-game. In Elwyn Forest, there is a lake right next to Goldshire. The name of that lake? You guessed it, Crystal Lake. If you don't know this franchise, go and watch at least the first Friday the 13th film and you'll understand it. Jason drowned at Crystal Lake in the Friday the 13th movie. As a side note, it's also been rumored that if you ask the guards where the fishing trainer is, they'll tell you that the fisher trainer actually fished up a mask. In the Barrens, there is a spirit healer by the name of Coiter that floats above a shrine. That shrine is known as the Shrine of the Fallen Warrior. This is a memorial to Michael Coiter, who was a developer at Blizzard and passed away at a young age of just 19 years old during the development of World of Warcraft. The orc that's laying on the shrine is an exact copy of what Coiter's beta character looked like at the time of his passing. On a lighter note, the next Easter egg comes from one of the most well-known video game franchises in the world, Zelda. In Ungaro Crater, there is a destroyed raft that has a pack next to it. If you open that pack, it will give you a compass, map, key, and a faded photograph. For anyone who's ever played a Zelda game before, those first 3 items should be very familiar to you. Finding these items will also lead the player on a rather lengthy quest chain and reporting to the NPC Lincoln to complete most quests. Most notably from this quest chain, there's actually a quest called It's Dangerous to Go Alone, which in itself is pretty awesome. The entire quest chain rewards the players with Lincoln's Boomerang and Lincoln's Sword of Mastery. If you don't get those references, just get out now. You need to go play some Zelda games. The entire quest chain is a rather large adventure, see what I did there, as you have to upgrade Lincoln's sword to turn it into the Sword of Mastery. It's similar to upgrading the Gilded Sword in Majora's Mask. And for our last Easter egg, we have Oldman. Now there are technically 2 Easter eggs that I want to talk about here, but they kind of lead into one another, so I'm going to put them together. In Oldman, there's an optional room that you can venture into that is fairly close to the entrance of the dungeon. If you venture into that room, you'll find 3 dwarves by the names of Balog, Eric the Swift, and Olaf, the same names of the 3 Vikings from Blizzard's Lost Vikings game. If you needed further proof as to this being a reference to Blizzard's Lost Vikings IP, there is a book that also tells the players how to open up a secret room. In order to do so, the players must collect the Shaft of Sol and the Nivik Medallion. Sol and Nivik is Lost Vikings backwards. Now, this is where the second Easter egg kind of comes into play. Once the shaft and medallion are combined, they create a staff. You insert that staff into a pedestal that's right on the floor, and it shows you the location of a secret room and opens up the door. This is a slight reference to the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, when Indy finds the location of the Lost Ark by placing the Staff of Ra into the floor. Well guys, those are 10 Easter eggs from Classic WoW that we will be able to experience again when Classic launches. Personally, my favorites have to be the Diablo 3 dialogue for Arthas in Undercity and Jason from Friday the 13th. But what are your guys' favorites? Did we leave them off of our list entirely? Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. As always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey, it's Radit here. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe as well. It really helps out the channel. We put out multiple new videos each week and we appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching everyone and cheers.